We're back to team action this week on Schmoedown, and in this particular match, we've got a matchup between two brand new teams with players that we've seen before. First up, we got a team known simply as The Experiment, which composes of former Wildberry member Elliot Dewberry, and I must be the only one that's happy and gleed that the Wildberries are done. No more Wildberries, no more dwinking and any of that stuff. And here come the dislikes, because Wildberries, good, done, over. And Elliot Dewberry will be teaming up with the Movie Geek, which surprisingly still has not won in Schmoedown. It just some things you just can't explain. And the fact that the Movie Geek has yet to win a match in Schmoedown with several opportunities to be able to do so is mind-numbing. They're going to be taking on a team known as Final Exam, a team that looks like it is composing of Paul Oyama, minus any of the stuff that, we recognize Paul Oyama with, and Lon Harris, who last time we saw Lon looked like a combination between Paul Bunyan and the Bush Beer Flannel guy. So I guess they're a team now, and let's see what's going to happen today on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And welcome back. So, these two teams are kind of interesting pairings, to say the least. I never would have imagined that Elliot Dewberry and the Movie Geek would have been a team back when all the factions had been created. Paul Oyama and Lon Harris, kind of the same thing. I never would have expected Paul and Lon. They seemed like an unusual pairing before the last time we saw Lon, and now with Lon now going Bush. Get used to that. I'll probably use that one many more times next time we see Lon. I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I think they can make a really good team. I think Elliot and the Movie Geek can make a really good team. With Elliot away from all the shenanigans and the beer drinking and bad language and all the shenanigans that Josh Makuga would always bring, typical Steeler fan, maybe Elliot will be for slightly maybe the better. I know a lot of people will not like to hear that, but it is absolutely possible. And with Paul and Lon, Paul and Lon kind of ended last year on kind of sour notes for each of them. Paul, obviously, his spectacular ended in kind of a very bad, heartbreaking, humiliating fashion. Really big piece of humble pie that he was served, which was unfortunate. Obviously, I was there live, so it was hard to kind of see that firsthand, because I've talked to Paul, I've met Paul. It was kind of hard to watch, quite frankly. And Lon went from walking off Schmoedown set in a post-match interview to showing up in an alleyway last time we saw him. So I'm interested to see where this is going from both sides. So yeah, I guess there's no reason to stall out any longer. So let's see what these two brand new teams have got to offer us. Let's do this in 3, 2, and 1.
There he is.
Oh, okay. So,
what's up, baby? How you doing?
so why was he not wearing any of that stuff before?
I'm excited. Let's go. My #1 draft pick. This year is your year. This season is all about you, man. I'm ready for it. You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you mean, yeah?
Sure.
You seem like something's off a little bit. Are you okay?
I don't know, man. Something just doesn't feel right.
Something doesn't feel right. What's going on? You want to change the nickname? You just don't like the you don't like the you want a new costume? Like what do you want to do?
I don't know, man. It just feels off.
Okay, then screw it. You know what? I know you were kind of spectacular, all that stuff. Leave it behind. Take off the jacket. Take off the glasses. Let's just do Paul Oyama.
You think that'll help?
Let's do it. New year, new you, 2020. Let's go.
Guess it won't hurt.
You feeling it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Leave it. Come on. New year, new you, 2020, baby. Let's go. Hell yeah. Drop it. Throw it right there. Let's get out of here. Done.
Oh. Okay. I jumped the gun. I saw what happened and saw that and jumped the gun, thinking it's fine. And nope. I just jumped the gun. I should have just waited. So it's Swag, Drip, Leaky Faucet versus Elliot. You don't seem very enthralled. Hello, Mark. Hello, Christian. Oh. Hey, Mark. You need to shave. And coming from me, that says something.
Going up against Swag's final exam. And these are all characters that have been in this division for a bit.
That's the thing you got to realize.
You called them characters?
Never heard of these team names before, but the characters they're in, we know a lot about. There's a lot of history. I look at Final Exam, Christian, and I see a sterling reputation with Lon Harris, both in individual matches and in the team exercise. And then you have somebody who's quickly becoming an all-time name, Paul Oyama. They're teamed up together.
They are teamed up together, and the thing is, with Prime Time, how is he going to come back from that devastating loss against Ben Bateman at the Spectacular?
It's a tough Christmas present to unwrap.
What's his confidence like? I spoke to him afterwards. He was disheveled. He was rattled.
Tears?
Not tears, but he was rattled, you know, and it's understandable. It was a big match for his career, for his young career. The kid's 22 years old.
Is he only 22?
He's had a meteoric rise in movie trivia Schmoedown.
Disgusting, you say.
What's he going to be like? And then you have Lon Harris, who's also shifted. I've talked to Winston Marshall. This is not the same Lon Harris. There's something going on with him. We don't know what yet. But,
New Lon Harris?
But there's something going on.
Oh, you
with
don't
Lon
know
Harris.
what's... I guess you didn't see the pre-video from the last week.
But then you look at
Christian, don't you watch your own content?
Barney has quickly become one of the biggest stars.
I get that it's pre-recorded, so he's not supposed to know.
She shocked the world not only when she chose Mark Heuck, and Mark Heuck just basically stood up in front of that whole audience, and the audience got scared collectively and shut up.
Horrified everyone.
He did.
Not since the Ghost of Gus has the Comedy Store seen such horrific activity.
It's like what this guy is an intimidating force. But the other thing that she did is she split up the Wildberries.
Oh.
It was.
The
Yay!
crowd's still clearly, I'm still hurt about it.
It was
I'm not hurt in the least.
Swag drafted Makuga thinking, okay, I'm going to put the Wildberries back together. She said no. And she turned to me, she goes, watch this. And she drafted Dewberry and put these two together. And I don't know what that's going to be like. The big personality of Dewberry against this anomaly in Mark Heuck. I don't know what we're going to see in it is certainly an experiment.
You know, Christian, I'm not as smart as somebody named the Professor, Lon Harris, but I will tell you with an experiment, I know that there's control.
Is he still using that for a nickname?
Like he got two pretty big
that would be unusual.
In this particular experiment, how are they going to catch up to the final exam?
Well, we're going to find out a little
From
bit about
professor to regressor.
What is going on?
Let's see what's new.
I don't know.
And evil begets evil. So I call to corruption Mark Heuck.
Let's get something straight. You manage Mark Edward Heuck the way that you manage a flesh-eating virus. Corruption stands for doing what needs to be done, and I am going to leave a wrath of scorched earth upon everybody here.
Oh dear. As Terminator music plays.
Oh, yeah, man, that was terrifying. You know, the vibe's a little different this time around.
I have a feeling I'm gonna need a little more champagne for this one. Elliot Dewberry.
Oh, wow!
No!
He's taking Dewberry!
No!
Just split up. The Wildberries officially, they're gone.
We're
Yay!
right now, man. You know, Shannon broke up the Wildberries. Like, Dewberry should be with us, and instead, you know,
Wildberries! Woo!
The Schmoedown needs you, okay? I drafted you. I've got an...
Those ruffian? I mean, screw that, man. I don't care anymore. I dropped out.
I traversed a lot of the California woods to find Lon. I'm just going to tell you right now. I was out there for a while, and you know black people don't do mountain lions. I was not very happy about... Stop it. I take the man that will be taking his belt back, Mr. Paul Oyama. Paul Oyama, I talked to him. You saw the scene, man. My boy is a changed man, like the grave Heuck once said. Allow me to reintroduce this man, all right? I'm talking about the once and future world champion of the movie trivia Schmoedown. I'm talking about Mr. Paul Oyama.
What kind of creature is Gizmo in Gremlins?
Paul, Gremlin.
And your winner!
It's been kind of a tough month, and I was hoping that this would be sort of the thing I could hang my hat on, and I just feel bad about certain things, but yeah.
Spectacular was a little rough. This is a new season, and it's new opportunities, and it's still prime time. It's just a new clock.
Paul Oyama, you are a former champion, so you know all about how fame is fleeting, and that is why they gave Caesar a laurel wreath. So you've had your lesson in humility, but you had it in front of thousands of loving fans. You did not learn your humility the way I did, with your producer not returning your phone calls, with your membership in AFTRA having to lapse because you couldn't afford the dues.
I'd just like to say something to the kids watching out there. Is that my camera right over there? Kids, don't try. It's like, don't follow your dreams because you probably won't achieve them anyway. And just give up, right?
A little less fun, but that's okay, because that was terrifying.
Fun is the enemy.
We'll work with that. Okay.
Hey, you're one of us now.
One of us.
Get used to it.
This is going to be very interesting. Come on, come back. Come back.
So much. He's not the professor. He's a delinquent. I mean, what is that?
He went from the head of the class to the guy sitting on the chair all the way in the back. That's a complete
He's got the dunce cap.
Both of them. I mean, and then you see a Paul Oyama, no sunglasses. That seems like
no Star-Lord jacket.
More tuned in with himself than trying to be cocky and
doing yoga.
I don't know what's going on. And then
Yoga?
Maybe it's Winston. Winston?
Has
been
and
talking
God
about
bless
getting
DDP.
Shut himself out in a cabin somewhere. We didn't know where he was, and then Winston was able to bring him back. So maybe there's something with Winston that he's able to get these characters working together. And then you see the other side of that. Shannon Barney is an evil woman. I mean, when you look at what she has done, well, you look at Dewberry, and Dewberry is not comfortable in that situation.
Yeah,
he
rough.
just is not.
He
comfortable.
misses his buddy,
and she's smiling, and she is happy about it, and she knows this makes him uncomfortable, and she is pushing him into this. So yes, I think that she's doing this on purpose, and I'm sure when they come walking out, she's going to be doing the same thing. And Mark Heuck, he scares me, Mark.
Look, he's a scary individual. A lot of questions about this match. Will the final exam team up, or will they be smoking in the boys' room? And with the experiment, is Mark Heuck going to put a curse on this studio?
What about the tail of the tape, Mark? What are the strengths?
Well, they are very good at a lot of things. With the experiment, you look at an Elliot Dewberry. He knows his action-adventure films. With Mark Heuck, he knows his biopics. And then you move over to final exam. Lon Harris, we know he used to know classics very well. Paul Oyama, he went with classics at the Spectacular. Didn't work out, but Oyama also very good at new releases.
All right, so with that, I ask you if you're ready.
The answer is no.
No.
The answer is
no, but
I'm not.
we can't do anything about that.
Ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
movie trivia Schmoedown. And don't join the dark side.
Well done. Well done.
Lessons to learn.
Introducing first, representing Korruption, led to the ring by their manager, the Queen of Korruption, Shannon Barney, making their team debut, Mark Edward Heuck, Elliot Dewberry.
Hello, you two. Hello, you two. And you too. And by the first one, I meant the two of them. And then I meant you two as in you also, and you also. So.
And then Dewberry just looks like the guy lost in the wrong office.
Dewberry doesn't know what to do.
He got in the wrong elevator.
He's used to doing keg stands and being drunk before matches.
He's used to dancing.
This seems like he's in a boarding school.
Mark Heuck, not the dancer that Makuga is.
Yeah. Elliot, are you okay? Blink twice if you can hear us.
I'm good.
Okay.
Everything is fine, Christian.
Okay. All right.
No, he's well trained, if nothing else.
Hey, he was like the dog in the burning house. Everything is fine.
They all scare me.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to make eye contact.
But do we believe that?
And their opponents, representing Swag, led to
Leaky
the
faucet,
ring
drip,
by
drip.
their manager, Winston Marshall, making their Schmoedown team debut. He is the delinquent Lon Harris, and
Who?
the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, primetime Paul Oyama. Final exam.
No song. He's still got the. He's still doing the time. So
no sunglasses.
no sunglasses. Still very casual. There's Winston. And what is this?
Oh my God! Look at the delinquent.
Lon Harris. That is not a professor. That is in fact a delinquent.
Looks like he stumbled off a train in the 1920s.
Yeah, he looks like a hobo.
He looks like somebody I would see on the Metro Red Line in LA.
Look at somebody have a.
So it might be a perfect combination.
Kalinowski just caught a whiff of booze.
Yeah.
So all right. So what cast of characters it is? So,
It's dumb.
Winston trying to talk him, trying to coach him. And
what?
Shannon's
You should
gonna-
probably just go home now.
Who are you?
Wow.
You'll learn.
telling the delinquent to go home.
I don't think he's into the
Lon,
learning
are
thing
you
anymore,
okay?
so I
What's
don't know
going
about
on? These guys were just like, come answer some questions, and I was like, I don't know, effort sounds lame, but I bet, it's like, I feel like maybe we could beat these guys without trying, so that'd be cool.
Very odd.
I feel if Drunk
Oh
Brett's
my God,
version of Drunk Brett came alive, it would be right there.
Christian, this is the oddest match I've ever called in this young season. I'm looking at two nice, upstanding.
Don't
gentlemen,
say that,
the
Mark.
Wizard and the Eighth Dwarf from
Don't.
Snow White.
All right.
Who are all those people?
2 points. 2 points for Mark.
Sir, I haven't seen you in a bit.
I'm good, yeah.
All right, look at
Set your clocks, baby.
All right.
No
All right.
sunglasses.
No,
okay,
it's
well,
a different
look,
Oyama.
this is still a movie trivia Schmoedown match. There are still
We
rules
think.
to be had. Lon, are you paying attention?
Not really?
Young man, I'm about to read the rules for round number 1, and you will listen.
All right.
In round
I'll
number
try.
1, 8 questions going to be asked to the field. Although this is a team match, round number 1 is an individual exercise of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question.
It must feel odd for the movie geek because it just seems like every single time he shows up, he's got a team with somebody else, and then they play a couple matches, and then the team gets broke up. Then they play one match, and the team gets broke up. So
into the microphone.
maybe the movie geek can finally have some consistency amongst stability.
If you're not sure you heard a question right,
But
use the JTH
yeah,
rule.
probably
Each
not
team
counting on
also
that.
has one challenge to be used at any point throughout the duration of the match. Young man, stop air guitaring.
What?
Are you chewing gum?
No, it's not gum.
I got my eye on him.
I know.
I got my eye on him.
I don't know which one I like better, to be honest. I liked the
Come on,
professor.
what are we
but I'm
talking about?
liking the
Headphones out.
delinquent.
Headphones out. Let's go.
All right. So that's true. You can't be getting answers.
focus.
This is not the Houston Astros, All right. So
There it is. There it is.
all right. Here
Please.
They never cheated.
Let's ask final exam. Are you ready?
Remember when the Orioles hired all the people from the Astros? Why couldn't we get those people that cheated?
Affirmative.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Yay! Why couldn't we get any of the Astros front office that wanted to cheat? I would love to have cheating right now.
Plays Detective Lee Butters in Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah, the Orioles want to win the old-fashioned way, and it will be a long time before they do that.
Can I ask you to rank your favorite Lethal Weapon films in order?
1, 2, 4, and 3.
I thought you go 2 first. I thought you were big.
1, 2, 3, 4, because I can count.
I like 4 a lot.
3, 2.
Chris Rock.
Paul?
Can you even see that? There we go.
Yes. Dewberry?
Chris Rock.
Yes. Lon?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
This-
Chris Rock.
That like probably isn't necessary,
Chris
but
Rock.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
I don't think that light's even necessary. But if you're gonna use it, just gonna have to adjust the board.
Movie quotes is the next category. And your question: what '80s film is known for the line "Nobody puts baby in a corner"?
I gotta be honest. I was expecting the audience to groan on that one.
No groan here. I think that they're in kind of some sort of spell that Heuck has cast over
I
everyone.
think so. 5.
I think you and I are operating under that as well.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Die Hard
hands down.
1?
Dewberry. Didn't have it. Lon.
Dirty Dancing?
Yes.
Oh.
Mark.
Dirty Dancing.
And Paul.
Dirty Dancing.
All right, so only
okay.
Dewberry missed.
Good thing they didn't moan, because you would have made me feel really bad for not knowing that.
Dramas is your next category. Which famous 1957 film from director Sidney Lumet follows a jury as they deliberate on the case of a young man accused of murder?
You ever murder a guy?
No, but Mark Heuck, I've seen.
You know what? I actually appreciate how he enunciates his answers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll take more.
If I'm right on this, I want to thank Schmoedown, because I would have learned it from them.
3.
Is it 12 Angry Men?
1. Lon.
It's 12 Angry Men.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
12 Angry Men.
See how he does that? I love it, actually. I love it. Paul?
But you wouldn't really kill him. 12 Angry Men.
Yes.
12 Angry.
There we go. Okay, so now we're at 6-5.
Elliot Dewberry versus William Viviani. I remember who directed 1957's 12 Angry Men. Sidney Lumet. That's the only reason that I even remember that.
Crime films.
Crime.
Lon Harris.
That means I stole that answer. I'm the Astros. I cheated.
Your question. Brad Pitt plays an Irish gypsy or pikey in what 2000 crime film?
Oh, dear.
Lon looks like a guy who steals candy from the neighborhood
I
Woolworths.
hear about that movie all the time, and I never remember what it's called.
He's the actual
5.
person.
Yeah. 4. 3. 2.
No,
1.
don't know.
Mark.
Snatch.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
He
Paul.
just wants a caravan. Snatch.
Yes, and
You like dags?
Snatch.
yes,
Yeah,
and
Snatch.
everybody got it.
This is Bullet Tooth Tony right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not funny, young man.
Next question. From fantasy sci-fi, who directed the 2005 film Serenity?
Oh, God, what I wouldn't give for some of that right now.
Directors.
Yeah, I know.
You're better off asking me who the food caterer was.
Hawaii.
And Dewberry looked pretty serene.
5. 4.
The other side of the ledger.
No.
Oh, my God.
3. 2. 1. And we start with Paul Oyama.
Joss Whedon.
Yes.
Oh,
Dewberry.
Josh Whedon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lon.
it's Joss Whedon.
And Mark.
Joss Whedon.
Oh.
Even better. Switched it up on us. No. All right, next question.
Your next category is in the world of comedies.
Ha.
I'll take it.
It's funny.
Your question. What 2015 holiday comedy stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mackie?
My goodness. I like comedies, you know that?
I sent you that screenshot of Hot Shots the other day.
I loved it. Thank you for doing that.
Crap.
5.
I watched it again, Christian.
It's the best. 4.
It's glorious.
I think it's
3.
the night before,
2.
but I could be wrong.
1. We start with Elliot Dewberry.
The night before?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, the night before.
Mark.
The Night Before.
And Paul.
Great movie. The night before.
It is a really funny movie. You're right. Okay, so right now, everybody, only Dewberry's missed 1. The rest of the team, the rest of the players playing with a perfect round here.
All right, 2 more questions remain. Christian, we go to the scary world of horror/thriller, something that we are currently experiencing.
Which
The horror.
2018
The horror.
horror film stars Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, and Gabriel Byrne?
You love comedies, not so much the horror movies. They
You
still
keep
give you
saying that.
nightmares.
You keep saying that's not truth.
You shake in your sleep.
Oh, not
You
true.
wet the bed after you see a Freddy
5.
Krueger film.
Love those movies. 4, 3.
He's a funny guy.
2.
Get out.
1. And we start with Lon Harris.
Hereditary.
Yes. Mark Heuck.
Hereditary.
Yes. Paul.
Oscar for Tony. Hereditary.
Yes.
Hereditary.
Okay. 14, 13.
Toni Collette.
All right.
Sterling performance.
So where we are at this moment is that both Paul Oyama,
Please.
Lon
I need
Harris
an
are
animated
toying
question.
with a perfect
Please.
first round. If they all hit this, they all have perfect rounds.
Your last category is in the world of animated movies.
Oh,
movies
thank
drawn
God.
by hand or on a computer. Your question.
I might get this
Who
one.
voices the title character in the 2018 film The Grinch? Been a lot of iterations of that over the years.
Yeah.
Could trip someone.
Very
up
good film.
trying to
I
get a
was
perfect
pleasantly
game. Here's where the
surprised.
Pressure is the most condensed.
And 5, 4,
Making Diamonds.
3,
Benedict Cumberbatch.
2, 1. We start with Mark Heuck.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Perfect round for Heuck.
All right.
Me, not so
Benedict
perfect round.
Cumberbatch.
Perfect round.
I had
for
half a
Paul.
perfect round.
Dewberry didn't have it. And Lon?
I don't know how to pronounce this. Benedict
And
Cumberbatch.
Paul also had it. So finally,
Wait.
Sam finds himself.
Dagnino got docked a
but
point.
so does
He didn't get it right
Heuck.
because he mispronounced it.
here's
So
how it works.
Lon shouldn't get a
Audience
point.
will have to write it on
Consistency.
Dewberry will not be participating in
Where's
this
the
particular question
consistency?
here, but we'll have both final exam and Marc Heuck. Please write your answer down the same way you would for the
I
previous.
shouldn't,
and here's
but
the
I'm a
bonus
cheater.
question.
Just call
This
me
Academy
Astro.
Award-winning actress played Lady Tremaine, the evil stepmother in Disney's live-action adaptation of Cinderella.
Never mind.
Not a
I'm
lot
not
of,
going to answer it. I'll follow the rules.
The Disney universe.
Not a lot of the times.
You know, there's great stepmothers in real life. Disney,
Not so much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Start with Paul.
Kate Blanchett.
Yes, perfect round. Lon.
It's Kate Blanchett.
Perfect. And Marc Heuck.
Justice for Emma Thompson.
No, he didn't have it.
Oh, no.
Big miss there because final exam had perfect rounds and find themselves now with a 4-point lead. Massive developments here in round 1.
Swing.
I mean, it seems like
It's a massive swag, swing, whatever, turn, tables,
when you look at it,
done.
It's a 4-point advantage, and all of a sudden, that's a big time point.
I'll leave
differential
myself out.
As we enter into round number 2. Round number 2 is the wheel round, and ladies and gentlemen, it's a special wheel. It's a sponsored wheel by Mr. Nathan Ovendale. Let him hear it.
About time. It's
Thank you,
been.
Nathan, for your patronage.
I think it's the
Make
first
sure
time this
everybody
year
out there
they've
checks out the
announced a
Schmoedown
wheel
Patreon.
sponsor.
Select which tier is
What?
right for you. Maybe in an upcoming match, I will say.
Unless
your
I've
name like
completely
it
missed
is for Mr.
everything,
Nathan
but-
Ovendale. His sponsored slices are Audrey Hepburn and Dwayne La Rock Johnson movies.
Dwayne L. Rock.
You're gonna see a total
Dwayne
of
L. Rock
12 wedges on there.
Johnson.
You have opponents and spinners choice as long as 10 movie trivia Schmoedown categories. Each category contains 6 questions therein, as this is the team format. Once a team settles on a category, each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question.
Yes, there is. Do I have to keep explaining this? Blah, 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 blah.
The question goes down to 1. Final exam. You find yourselves with a 4-point advantage. Paul, upstanding young man.
It's a penalty with stealing. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, so the experiment will go first. Who's going to spin it? Will it be Dewberry or Marc Heuck? They're making Dewberry do it. It seems to be a phrase known around the world now. They're making Dewberry do it.
Making the mountain spin. Is that still his nickname, or is that just what I call him?
I think he's still.
All right, thank you.
Look at him. He's like clean cut now. What is happening?
Between the spell that
He joined the dark side. Don't do that, kids. It's allegedly bad.
Both the right and the left side of his brain fully occupied.
But he still had a really good first round.
Round and round it goes. Hey, who's that handsome fella eating popcorn?
Oh no!
Oh dear!
Choice and the spell did not work for the experiment.
Yeah,
Priceless face, Dewberry. Never change.
So Paul is going to step up to the wheel and select which category they're going to force the experiment to answer 6 questions from. Interesting choice here, Christian.
All right, we're going to see.
They're going with young adult adaptations.
All right, that's interesting.
What? Huh?
Adaptations, a new category this year. Let's see.
I would say so. That YA adaptations. I'm gonna call it that.
Here we will have 6 questions. All right, here we go, guys.
We're going with YA adaptations.
I guess. All right.
Just do it.
What is the subtitle?
YA adaptations.
Twilight film.
And a groan ripples through the audience.
Is it Breaking Dawn? I know it's the title of one of them.
5.
Multiple choice.
A. Eclipse. B. New Moon. C. Breaking Dawn. D. Catching Fire.
New Moon.
For 1 point.
Okay. Breaking Dawn must have been the third one.
Question number 2.
Dude, you guys watch Twilight movies?
Which
What is wrong with you?
Is the lead in the Mortal Instruments City of Bones?
Multiple choice, please.
A. Lily James. B. Kaya Scodelario. C. Cara Delevingne.
I'll say
Lily
Cara
Collins.
Delevingne.
Lily James.
It's incorrect. Choices are
Very
A.
close. It's Lily Collins.
Let's wait for me, please. A. Lily James. B. Kaya Scalladero. C. Cara Delevingne. D. Lily Collins.
Again, they were close, but it's Lily Collins.
That is correct. Lily Collins for 1 point.
They got Lily right.
Screw your rules,
decimal
man.
point or no?
All right.
Rules are
question
for
3.
non-cheaters.
Which actor
What do you think we
plays
are?
Teenager Augustus Waters in The Fault in Our Stars.
Ansel Elgort.
Yes. 2 points.
All right, that's a big get.
Yeah, they needed that.
3 questions.
Elliot
remain.
just
The
seems like-
experiment fully in control of their own destiny. They could take the lead.
Who
if they
knows?
navigate these last 3
Do
questions
you?
correctly.
Yep. Which actor plays Gale Hawthorne in the Hunger Games franchise?
Is that Liam's character?
Multiple choice, please.
A. Wes Bentley. B. Josh Hutcherson. C. Liam Hemsworth. D. Sam Claflin.
Sam Claflin.
Incorrect. The choices for you guys: A. Wes Bentley. B. Josh Hutcherson. C. Liam Hemsworth. D. Sam Claflin.
Liam Hemsworth.
Yes. 1 more point for the final exam.
Guess
And
what?
that's the way you don't want it to go.
Yep.
You
No.
want to at least be able to multiple choice your way through this round. It was
Yep.
opponent's choice. They got saddled with it. 2 questions remain for the experiment.
Which 2005 YA adaptation stars Blake Lively, America Ferrara, Amber Tamblyn, and Alexis Bledel?
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
2 points.
Great movie.
Last one.
Great movie.
Last one. Here we go. What pop music superstar plays a character named Rosemary in 2014's The Giver?
It's going to give them the lead.
Katy Perry?
Right.
Multiple choice, please.
Or tie it. A. Taylor Swift. B.
I guess
Rihanna.
not.
C. Selena Gomez. D. Carrie Underwood.
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Is incorrect for a 1 point steal. A. Taylor Swift. B. Rihanna. C. Selena Gomez. D. Carrie Underwood.
It's Miss Americana, Taylor Swift.
1 more point. So this is massive. This is
Very.
massive because final exam finds himself with a 2-point lead now. If they hit something that they like
Yeah,
and
they still
they
get
do
to
well,
spin.
they could knock out their opponents here if they get the right category. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the spin is about to be in. The former champion.
The spin
Paul
is about to
will
be in.
spinning
Ah,
the wheel.
Getting that
clever.
warmed up.
Yeah.
Wait, do we win? Can we go?
Here we go.
Oyama looks confident though.
Do we get free booze if we win?
I got stuff after this, bro. I got stuff after
And
this.
look, I really appreciate the efforts of Winston Marshall to keep Lon Harris engaged. It's so hard with the youth of today to keep them focused on something.
Oh,
The youth.
Oh, that's a huge play.
Oh,
That's what
dear.
The experiment needed, but now Christian, the experiment has to go up there
Yep.
and select a wedge that they think is going to give final exam problems. I'm not sure what wedge that is.
Now this
Who
big.
is that?
No. This is
She like work here?
He used to be a tenured professor.
He got me.
He used to be a tenured, esteemed professor.
I thought trivia was supposed to be in a bar. Like, figure it out, guys.
All right, the
cool,
experiment,
yeah,
we're going to need you to place your wheel of choice wedge for the opponent's choice. Final exam, we'll have to answer 6 questions from the world of...
What are they going to do? Oh.
The 90s.
Oh, I thought they were going to go
I
movies
thought they
quotes.
were going movie quotes, but they go the 90s, and we'll see what fruit the 90s bear for final exam.
That's going to be interesting because that might come back to bite them.
That's right. The 90s, the decade where Paul Oyama was born and Lon Harris sold weed in Seattle.
Yo, Ellis, we'll meet up after this by my car.
All right.
Not going anywhere with you, Lon.
All right, here we go.
In the world of the 90s, your first of 6 questions. Question number 1. What 1992 comedy has multiple endings, including the Scooby-Doo ending?
Wayne's World.
So, Wayne's World.
Party on Wayne and Party
Excellent.
on Garth. 2 points.
Excellent by me.
So now final exam finds himself up 23-19.
They're starting to climb towards that knockout range. Your next question in the world of 90s. What 1999 comedy stars Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy and depicts the making of a fictional film called Chubby Rain?
It's Bowfinger.
It is Bowfinger for 2 more points. Here we go. What Best Picture winning film had the characters Ned Logan, W.W. Beauchamp, Delilah Fitzgerald, and Skinny Dubois?
Unforgiven.
2 more points.
2 more points. All right, Christian, it is now an 8-point advantage. Final exam. Remember, steals are still in play, so the experiment does have some options, but I don't see the final exam missing. Maybe this next question in the world of the 90s. In the 1990 movie Presumed Innocent, who plays lawyer Alejandro Sandy Stern?
Maybe they finally got stumped on this one, Mark. 5.
We got a multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Andy Garcia, B, Raul Julia, C, Edward James Olmos, or D, Esau Morales?
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia.
That is incorrect. I'm going to give you your options once again for multiple choice and a point. Is it A, Andy Garcia, B, Raul Julia, C, Edward James Olmos, or D, Esau Morales?
Raul Julia.
That's a big steal for the experiment.
That was big. So now question 5 comes into play for final exam. They missed their first question. They are indeed human.
They are indeed mortal. And your question, your penultimate one in the world of the 90s. In Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Dr. Evil and Scott exchange emotional words on national television on whose talk show?
Jerry Springer. It's not made to choose from that era.
We'll do multiple choice.
It's either Maury.
Let's take multiple choice.
All right, we go
Jerry
to
Springer.
A, Dr. Phil, B,
It wouldn't have been
Maury,
Dr. Phil.
C,
I don't think he was
Oprah,
around
or
then.
D, Jerry Springer.
I forgot about Oprah.
I think it's Jerry Springer.
You think correct. That's a
Okay.
point.
All right, so we're going into the 3rd round regardless here.
Right.
So now we get to their 6th and final question. But the question is, will they be up by 8 points still or more?
They're going to be forcing the hand of the experiment, but maybe a steal could tighten the gap. In the world of the 90s, which 1994 thriller, based on a Michael Crichton novel, stars Michaal Douglas and Demi Moore?
It's a Disclosure.
You are not
It's
old enough to see that, young man, but yes, 2 points.
All right,
Movie
so
is
30 to 20.
final exam does not get the knockout. However, they put
Although I'm sure Paul has,
themselves in
because
range to win
he
via
knows his
technical
movies.
knockout, because now we get to the 3rd round. The experiment has to hit all 3 just to tie the game.
That is a tall order for the experiment. In round number 3, each team is going to give us a series of numbers. We need 3
experiment.
numbers per team.
Don't
These numbers
experiment
can range
with
from
my
1 to 20.
thesis,
Each
and
number
do not pick
corresponds to a
2.
different corner of
Please.
the Schmoedown Galaxy. The first question is worth 2 points, next one 3, the last one 5 points. Because this is a team format, once we tell you what the category for the 2-point question is, the team must decide which individual member is going to answer it. You may not rely on your teammates' knowledge for the 2-pointer or the 3-pointer, which will be answered by the other team member. So the experiment, losing by 10 to final exam. So final exam, we're going to get your 3 numbers first from 1 to 20. What feels lucky, gentlemen?
Let's go 4, 19, and 7.
4, 19, and 7. And now we get the experiment.
1, 2.
Oh, no.
1, 2, and 3.
No. No.
Soccer combo,
And
bro.
3, we start. All right, so here
Why you
here's
have
how
to
it
pick
works, guys.
2?
don't
You did that
get
on
all 3 of
purpose,
these,
Dewberry.
Then final exam will win.
Y'all really are
We'll
evil.
start with
How do you mess with
one
my,
famous
my-
actors and actresses who'd like to go?
I'll take it.
All right, Elliot.
The Mountain.
All right.
do?
Johnny Depp made his acting debut in which Wes Craven horror classic?
The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
That is correct. 2 points.
He wasn't all that confident, but
No,
he
but
got
he did it.
through it.
All right, so now Mark Heuck. Now Mark Heuck has to hit his, which is action adventure. What 2012 martial arts action film was made in Indonesia? It was directed by Gareth Evans.
The Raid.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. They're doing as well as they possibly can.
All right, so now, if they hit it, it goes back to final exam. However, if they miss, final exam still wins via TKO.
5-point question. What's the category?
Spy.
Ooh.
Spy movies.
Which
Here we go. Which 2000s spy film has the following actors in its cast? Christopher Plummer, Mark Strong, Amanda Peet, William Hurt, and Chris Cooper.
Final exam, revving their engine for the
Waiting
win.
for the TKO, hoping.
I see what you did there. Ah!
Repeat the question, please.
Second one. Which 2000 spy film has the following actors in its cast? Christopher Plummer, Mark Strong, Amanda Peet, William Hurt, and Chris Cooper.
And that is 2000s.
2000s.
In the decade of the 2000s.
Breach.
And your winners, by way of technical knockout.
Impressive.
Primetime, Paul Oyama. The delinquent, Lon Harris. Final exam. Answer,
Syriana.
Syriana? Are you a serious Syriana? Nice to meet you. Who are you again?
Look, Winston Marshall taking
Well, that's just not. We don't encourage that for underage kids. Winston encouraging
Need more.
Paul Oyama, a very upstanding citizen, all of a sudden the movie trivia Schmoedown, and
Yeah, how did that happen? What did you all do? Who's this person that you cloned?
They had to get everything correct. That's a tough pull for a 5-point question. 25 points, nothing to sneeze at.
No, not at all. I mean, it was definitely. You put up anyone against Paul Oyama and Lon Harris. Dewberry scored 5 or 6 points in the first round.
He did well.
They had 2 perfect rounds. Lon Harris has proven, once again, he hasn't missed a step. But this time, I don't know, this might, and nothing against.
Looked like he missed a lot of steps.
He might have found the best partner. I think that Winston drafted very, very well here. And I know I was talking to Jen Sturger about this in general, but too, like she was impressed with Winston Marshall's draft and putting them together as a team. So to hear about that strategy, it certainly is paying off. So let's talk to Jen right now, who's with final exam, Lon Harris, Paul Oyama, and Winston Marshall with swag.
Thanks so much, Christian. Oh, you've got to be. Oh, did you just dab?
Dab,
on me?
of course.
Not on you, on the whole league. I tried to tell y'all. I told y'all. Okay, I came up there with that cane. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, let me go ahead and get Paul Oyama real quick. Let me go get Lon Harris real quick. I'm gonna put the young and the old together, and we're gonna make a super team. Okay, we gonna make a super team. We gonna make LeBron James with Dwayne Wade. Okay, we gonna make LeBron James with Anthony Davis. Okay, we gonna make LeBron James with pretty much anybody. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We out here winning.
Who's LeBron James?
Paul, I have to.
Drip, drip, leaky faucet.
I felt whiter than just then. Oh my God. Paul, I have to tell you, I was watching you play out there today. Calm down. I was watching you play out
Calm
there
down,
today,
you.
and honestly, you look like a different person. You look energized. You look, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that you don't have the leather jacket anymore. You don't have the sunglasses. But do you feel like your play out there today kind of gave you a little bit of redemption and a fresh start after Spectacular last year?
Yeah, I think so. I think in a weird way, Lon's energy kind of helped me out. It kind of calmed me down a little bit and eased me up, and I think let me.
That was the weed.
I'm not going to incriminate anybody on this telecast, but no, it felt good to be out there, and I think we played pretty well, and I'm excited for whatever comes next for us, really.
Lon, delinquent, I'm not sure what to call you now. Oh wow, this is aggressive. But it was cool seeing the two of you click so easily out there. I mean, how did you feel being out there and playing with Paul?
Yeah, I just, tried to get all the answers right, which really isn't even that hard. I'm not sure why they were having so much trouble with it, honestly. It's cool. Bro, Right,
this is a very relaxed Paul, like Paul and Lon. I don't know what, I mean, it's a very, it's like an after-school special out here right now.
I mean, more or less, I think the one thing that really made a lot of sense is you had Lon, who was they were both really serious, but for different reasons. So we just kind of brought that together. And they also have gaps that they fill each other. You know what I'm saying? So 90s worked out perfectly. He knew back half of the 90s. He knew the first half of the 90s. It worked out perfectly. So, yeah, drip, drip, baby. Let's go.
I think Lon's gaps were there for a completely different reason than Paul's.
Yes. That's why, if you notice, I took the chips with me. I needed him to focus and not worry about the munchies. But yes.
Chips, though? Let's get some chips.
Yes, we'll celebrate with some chips, guys. Congratulations on your victory today, and congratulations to Swag. How do you do that again? I'll hurt myself if I try that. So back to you guys.
All right, well, obviously...
There, that's how you act white.
Feeling good, Mark. I mean,
And it's not just the light shining. See?
Exactly
See, now I'm not white anymore.
right. He put
Now I'm not
together
white.
A super team.
Now I'm very white.
You've seen super teams in the past, whether it was Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing, whether it was Dan Murrell and John Roca, or the Patriots themselves, Little Evil and Snyder. You got another one here. You got another one with Paul Oyama and Lon Harris, and they're going to be a team to beat.
They're a great team individually, collectively. They showed their mettle here today. And Winston Marshall cast as Michelle Pfeiffer from Dangerous Minds, having to corral that talent, reluctant though it may be, in the case of the delinquent Lon Harris.
Yeah, well, that's the question too. It's like, you know, what they both do is they bring a lot of clout to their matches because Lon Harris has been in the tournament finals before. Paul Oyama has been the singles champion. So they can really rise up the ranks and shake anyone in their boots, obviously.
But what I would say about the experiment, I would not label this as a failed experiment. It's a loss, but they did put up a lot of points. Heuck and Dewberry, they know their stuff, and we're about to hear how they feel about the match right now with Korruption, Shannon Barney, Mark Heuck, and Ellie Dewberry. Jen Sturger, they're all yours.
Shannon, even though you guys got the L today, I don't feel like this is an absolute loss for you guys. I feel like they took a lot away from this match and they learned a lot, especially how to play with one another.
Absolutely. It's an experiment, and we threw these guys together to see what they can do, and 25 points in their debut match, I'm certainly not upset about it. Are you guys? You shouldn't be upset. Are you upset?
The measure of a man is when he can admit to making bad decisions. Now, I will freely own up to the fact that I guessed badly in the spy category and that I gambled wrongly on the wheel. Just as Mr. Dingleberry here, Dewdrop, whatever, you gave them the blank check on the wheel with which to decimate us, and blew what could have been a perfect first round for the both of us.
How does that make you feel?
You guys were on the same team.
I feel fine.
You did amazing, sweetie. You were great. I'm very proud of you. Mark, just a little.
It's all about owning your mistakes and learning from them.
And we will.
You look like you're being held at gunpoint.
There's no guns. But
except these.
That's the vibe, yeah.
Shannon, how do we regroup from this? How do we move forward? I mean, are we going to keep them together, or are we going to try to, it is an experiment. Are we going to just keep kind of moving the pieces together until we find ones that click?
Are you guys not having fun watching this? I mean, come on. Seriously, why would I break this up? Are you insane? And by the way, while all these other teams are out here prematurely ejaculating all over the show, Korruption is biding their time. It's a long season, and we've got plenty of it, so I'm not worried.
Well, parents just had to explain a lot to their kids.
Because evil is patient.
Back to you guys.
Smart move, Jen.
Lon Harris is giggling somewhere after that last comment.
So Dewberry is terrified, and I know that Dewberry is searching, and I know people are wondering, where is Makuga? Where is Makuga? Makuga was not able to be here, obviously.
He's eating history.
And you thought he is. And you thought maybe he would be
good.
Here to
Good
help,
plug.
to get Dewberry in spirits, but he's not here. He wasn't able to be here. And Dewberry, I got to be honest, he looks lost. He looks lost without Makuga.
He looks like
Does he
a
now?
frightened child under the spell of two very evil parents.
Yeah, well, where is that? Remember the Dewberry that we used to see? He would come out, he'd be yelling and screaming and confident.
He's
and powerful.
high-fiving. He's drinking beers. He's having a good time. He's a dude.
He looked like
He's a dude.
No, he looked like Kevin Bacon in Footloose when they said, "You can't dance here, son."
Oh,
that's what it seemed like.
He's going to be dancing in a barn by himself later on today.
But
he lost his game of tractor chicken here, Christian.
I know.
Will he still go to prom?
Well, either way, final exam, Paul Oyama and Lon Harris sitting pretty here, 1-0, one knockout. And all these new teams that are coming in, we're looking for some just explosive matches down the line, because who knows who they could play next. They could play the Pride. They could play Deep 13. They could play one of these teams that are out there, and it could be a short road for some of these teams to get to the champions. We don't know. It's really exciting. Season 7. we're up and running.
You look at that scoreboard, final exam. If they were pressed and they got all of their round 3 questions right, would have dropped 40 points.
Yeah, I mean
it's
today. It's interesting.
Very big win for final exam. The experiment, the results yet to be seen. If when, that's a hypothesis for Christian Harloff. I'm Mark Ellis, and you can check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown live.
And
Schmoedown
you are not the father. Oh!
All sorts of goodies for you on there as well.
Yeah,
as
that's an
Patreon,
experiment.
The movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon.
That's right. Go to the Patreon. Join up so many new patrons this year. Thank you so much. Look forward to hopefully brand new people come on over, seeing what we're doing. And like Mark said, go to the Schmoedown Live.
Welcome, Bahu Doris. Had to drop that because the Grinch question came up. Oh, more.
How you feeling? I'm all right. I mean, honestly, a little bit weird, you know. Going from the wild berries to corruption, like pretty different vibe there. I used to have a lot of fun, like we'd chug beers, sometimes win a match. And now, like, I feel like Mark's kind of bullying me a little bit out there.
Elliot.
Publicly.
Hey.
He's really scary.
Sir.
Yeah.
And you're dusted.
Snap out of that, baby. Did you see how well you performed? When I said I was proud of you, I meant it, okay? This whole, like, evil Mark and Shannon and corruption thing, it's not weird if you don't make it weird.
I guess you're right. I don't know. It's like I still talk to Josh sometimes. Like I sent him a text this morning, and like.
Yeah, what did he say?
He hasn't gotten back to me. He's working on that show where he eats poison and tries not to die. And, like,
I find it really interesting that he decided not to get back to you because I feel like you and I have been in pretty close contact. It's just super weird that Josh isn't here for you anymore.
You know, it's long distance right now.
Sure.
We're not in the same team anymore, but like we're still bros. Like he'll text me back. I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will.
He wouldn't just ghost me like that.
Of course not.
It's not what bros do.
That's not what I would do. Corruption's a family. You're part of that family now. Okay?
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
We got your back. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, good talk. That woman terrifies me.
And that post-credit was sponsored by Mortal Kombat 2. All right, let's run everybody off, which might be a little bit difficult. Thank you, Mark and Christian and Mark, a.k.a. Movie Geek, and Dewberry, and Shannon, and Jen, and Lon, and Winston, and Paul, and Mike, and Chance, because they showed up. I believe that was everybody. I think so. We're gonna say it was. Yay! I win. Point for me, and I lose by KO. Because that's the only point I scored. That was a very, very impressive showing by the Bush Beer flannel guy and the guy that used to be Primetime Paul. Yeah, but it just Paul looked very weird. I mean, I'm so used to him wearing the Star-Lord jacket and the sunglasses. Like he looked non-literally, but he kind of looked a little naked out there. It's just unusual. It'll take a while for me to get used to that. Although it shouldn't, considering I've literally sat next to Paul at the Federal Bar in LA. You know, that restaurant that's right next to the that bar is right next to El Portal in LA. Literally sat right next to him there. And I know he wasn't wearing the Star-Lord jacket and the sunglasses then, so I should be used to his presentation. And I was on a Full Metal 5 video with him where he wasn't docked in the cool gear. You know, he looked like a regular person, which is good because looking like a normal person is normal. Hence why I said a normal person. So yeah, that was a very impressive showing. Lon Harris was Lon Harris, and so funny, so entertaining and enjoyable. As far as Dewberry was Dewberry, in entertaining in a different facet this time around, with no wild berries. Yay, happy me. And the Movie Geek lost again. What a dant. He's so good, so impressive, so smart, and can't win in Schmoedown. I don't get what it is. I don't know if there's voodoo. I don't know. pretending to be evil apparently is not getting him anywhere. It's time to make a stand. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Maybe he needs to do that. But he's tried to act all evil and bad, and it ain't working out. It doesn't matter who he's teamed with, who he's paired with. Just doesn't seem to work. So that's unfortunate. So, final exam, Paul and Lon. Don't know where they're going to go from here. I'm curious to see what's going to happen, what team they're going to play. Could it be Deep 13? That would be an interesting pairing between those two teams. But we won't know until it actually happens. So, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Always watch their content first. It is the right thing to do. You can follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1 and follow all the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown content, the Facebook page, the Twitter page at the Schmoedown. Join the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown website at the Schmoedown or the SchmoedownLive.com and become a patron if you can. It goes a long way. So until next time, you saw the ticker that came in there. We haven't had no ticker boop 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 so far this year. I can't do any breaking news things anymore. So that's another one of my gags that's now been ruined and shot dead. What a shame. So, Ethan Irwin versus Mr. Remember the Titans, Jeff Sneider himself, as my seat is spinning away. So, yeah, be ready, because I'll be wearing that. Rooting for you on, Jeff. Remember the Titans, you remember that shirt. So, yeah. Prepare for JTH to be wearing officially worn Schmoedown gear as I root on for Jeff Sneider, even though I got a big time shirt over there somewhere too. As another one of those cases where I shouldn't know who to root for, but on this occasion I know who I'm rooting for. Thank you for the shirt, Jeff, and I'll be sure to wear it as I root you on tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be tomorrow by the time I get this up. So, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts. I'm JTH. Thank you for watching, and until then, I bid you adieu.